Hi everyone and welcome to TMG Talks. Today we have Mr. TikTok, aka Phil Gamblin, all the way from sunny Cardiff or
Sunny
rainy?
Cardiff, yep.
Sunny or rainy?
Raining. It was horrible when I left.
Ooh,
Yeah.
4-hour drive.
4-hour drive.
And now you're in sunny Rotherham.
Lovely weather. Nice blue skies.
Shame about the people.
Well,
Right, first question. Like I said, we've not given you any tips, hints, or
nothing
any.
at all.
There's no script here.
I'm blind.
What's better, Swansea or Cardiff?
I'm not really a football fan, but I am going to say Cardiff.
Do you have like allegiance even though you're not football?
Probably, yeah, maybe leaning a little bit towards Cardiff. It's actually quite funny. Where I used to be a club DJ and DJ in Swansea, and it was very much a big rivalry between Swansea and Cardiff. And I always had to keep my mouth shut on match days,
So,
just in case.
George Lewis has been on before and he's going to kill me now. I'm going to get it wrong. I'm sure he plays with drums. I might have got it wrong. So you can DJ.
I can.
So you are the DJ.
was.
Gareth is in a band doing, I don't know what he
Is
does.
he?
I think he sings, but he's not very good. He pretends he's the best. So DJing, what's your DJing career? Where's your highlight? And where's your low light? I love a low light.
So I started DJing. I taught myself to DJ when I was in uni. I got my first DJ gig when I was 19 and been DJing up until 2 years ago in clubs and bars all around South Wales. It was my career, basically, for 20 years. I had a few jobs here and there, like Barclays Bank. I worked for a couple of years and that sort of stuff. But having my son then in 2014, I was prodded to get a proper job and grow up. So I found myself in the mortgage industry. But yeah, I didn't really see DJing as a career, but it sort of was for the best part of 20 years or more.
More a hobby?
It was probably a bit, but it wasn't really a hobby because I was DJing out 4, 5, 6 nights a week. I didn't want to spend any of my spare time DJing. And when you're in your high street bars and your high street clubs and stuff like that, it's like I'm DJing to just normal people, just DJing like sort of chart and pop and party music. Had enough of that, so I don't want to do any of that at home.
What would be your favourite music if you could play a DJ set for TMG Awards next month? What's going to be the DJ set, and what song am I going to come out to?
My listening tastes and what the music that I like has really changed over the last few years. So I listen to a lot of country at the moment, but I don't think I can really DJ country. So
Just speed it up a bit.
yeah, probably. I really always like DJing house music. I've always liked house. I started off with like sort of trance in the early 2000s and then went into house, and I really do enjoy that, although I don't like modern stuff. I'm showing my age now. Don't like all this modern noise.
How old are you?
43.
Still young. You look younger than me.
I don't know.
You're a good age 40. 43 is a good age for you. You look younger.
I'm all right with 43. In terms of what you come out with,
Macho Man?
Macho Man, yeah. No, surely it's got to be something like Rocky.
Yeah. Or Simply the Best.
Simply the Best, yeah, a bit Tina.
I could put anything in there. So you was DJing. Obviously, you're working 4 or 5 nights a week, so that shows a work ethic. And again, I think people forget this, but those late nights, they see it as a wonderful job.
It's not a wonderful job.
But you're probably getting in at 2, 3 o'clock every morning.
I actually regularly talk about this with my partner, and she's very much changed my body clock. But the body clock when I was DJing, because I didn't have a day job for the most part of it, I was going to bed 4 or 5 in the morning and getting up at 12. And while you're young, that's fine. It's not a problem. But as you get older and older, it really does take its toll on your health and the way you feel. And I feel better now at 43 than I did at any point during my 30s.
So you're getting your sleep in.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
back
getting
in a pattern.
proper sleep because you're supposed to go to bed before midnight when it's dark, not going to bed when it's getting light. So the body recovers properly in the dark, all that sort of stuff. So, I definitely feel better now. It's very being self-employed as well. Well, I'm still self-employed, but you always feel vulnerable.
Yeah.
You could be easily replaced by somebody, and you have to go find your next job. And
now you're talking about AI. What kind of does it all for you anyway?
Yeah,
So I think
I'm going to be
you've done a good
replaced
move.
by that instead. yeah. It was. I think it was a good move getting out of it when I did, but it served me well for 20 years.
So when you got in 2014, Ollie,
Yeah.
you got one child.
Yeah,
So Ollie's born in 2014. You get told, get a proper job.
basically.
So when did you go self-employed? You were employed?
I was employed from 2015 until I started in March 2021.
Yeah.
Self-employed.
What was it like going self-employed? What was that like? Safety net, or because you'd done a DJ before? Was it not a big
So I
jump?
was still DJing, and I truly believe that I would not be sat here if I wasn't still able to DJ, because I was so naive going into self-employment and how hard it was actually going to be, and I was promised the world, and none of that was. Some of it was delivered, but not everything.
So you go back to 2023, or 23, 21? When did you go self-employed?
21.
So 21.
Yeah.
If you could go back now and you could give yourself advice, what advice would you give yourself going self-employed?
The biggest thing, without a shadow of a doubt, is have a bigger buffer monetary wise, because especially if you're going from I went from a standing start, because yes, I was employed, but I was employed in second charges.
Quick payouts. Easy.
Yeah, and they weren't. I wasn't building a client bank or anything like that. So I built everything from a standing start, and trying to get the clients in the first place, but then waiting for the mortgages and the protection to actually pay out. It can be sort of months and months and months. So have a bigger buffer, charge broker fees straight off the bat, and always assume that you're never going to get another lead again. So you just need to be constantly working and trying to build potentially referral partners, introducers.
It's a scary world, isn't it? I was a standing start when I went.
Really, really scary.
I went straight in. Thankfully, I had second charges, so it's a lot easier. It's like a month's paying before the deals pay out. Whereas you go from second, which is very quick and can complete, obviously, it's feast and famine, to being a mortgage broker. And I always say to a mortgage broker now, it's going to take you 2 years to build a client bank.
Easily.
2 years of really, really hard graft.
Yeah.
You need to probably do protection early doors to help build your pipeline, but obviously if you're doing a mortgage, you might speak to 10 clients, 5 are on 5-year fixed.
Yeah.
2 have got 2-year deals left, and you might only have like 1 or 2 what you might be able to use, and one of them might be using someone they already know, or it might be a PT.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you need probably 50 clients, whereas a protection broker probably needs 10 to convert 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's a hard slog.
Big slog at the beginning. And yeah, I was very naive about how I thought it was just going to be very easy. So I could just slot right in and find some clients.
Do a bit of DJing at night, get my money taken over.
Didn't work like that at all.
But you're now 2 years later, and now you've got 4 years
4
later.
years, yeah.
And now you've got the opposite effect.
Yeah, I find myself in a very privileged position at the moment. Obviously, there's always going to be months where you're quieter, and anybody is going to find that. But yeah, I'm busy. and I really can't complain about where I am.
So I always like to talk about leads and where people generate business from. I'm guessing the early days it was family, friends, Facebook posts, or how did you? What was your journey on your?
The early days was sort of relying on the firm I was under at the time for leads. They were all social media leads, and they weren't good. Not many family and friends, unfortunately, and still to this day, not many do. There's a few that absolutely will, but not loads. And I can understand the reasons why, but some people find that, and some people get loads of friends and family. But I got quite a few friends, but not so much family.
Do you feel sometimes when you look at family and friends, you don't want to do it, and I'm probably guilty of this as well, as going, you don't want to let them down.
Yeah.
And, sometimes a lender or provider, I'm just going through a process. Estate agents are terrible.
Yeah.
Solicitors can be terrible. Like the entire chain for a mortgage broker, you can get a mortgage offer in 24 hours, yet the rest of it drags out for 2 or 3 months, and you get the brunt of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've done your job.
It doesn't look great on you a lot of the time, does it? Even if you're not actually involved directly with it. But yeah, I'm fine with friends and family, not wanting to use me, because I think a lot of the time actually it's about, I'm not really comfortable discussing my financials.
Yeah, what you've been up to? Where's you gambling?
That's fine. That's not a problem. But in the first year, it was Facebook leads from my company that I was under, and I bought a lot of leads. Spent a lot of money on leads. I had
any lessons you learned on buying leads? Any good bits, bad bits?
I had a really good period with one particular company, and my conversion was over 30% with this one particular company over the course of like 3 or 4 months I was using them. And I thought it was brilliant. And that really is for a lead provider where you're buying your leads at 50 quid a pop. But that didn't last. I don't really think buying leads is a particularly sustainable way for a one-man band. I think if you're a very big company and putting a lot of money into it, you can make it work. But as a one-man band buying 5 or 10 leads a month, I don't really, you might get one actual sign-up.
And I think you've got to have, like you say, you've got to be of a decent-sized firm to have the process to be like, it'll get called at 9, it'll get called at 12, this email goes out at this time. Obviously, if you've got a lifestyle business, you might be out, I don't know, doing the shopping or golfing or whatever it is, what you do in spare time. You can't get hold of that lead, whereas the big boy companies do really well because they know the numbers, they know how much
they've got that process in place.
The process is very slick and it worked for them.
Yeah, 100%. It's a very hard nut to crack, buying leads. It's you throw a lot of money away.
Yeah,
basically.
So you went from buying leads to then, did TikTok then come in, or was you doing other bits?
So I originally, I was in a WhatsApp group with my mates, and there was a TikTok video shared. I can't even remember what it was about, but I was like, never heard of TikTok before. So I clicked on it and watched it, and then I was like, oh, this is funny. And then I ended up downloading the app. And as I was scrolling away, as I tend to do, I came across a mortgage broker, and clicked on his profile. He'd done loads of videos, and he had thousands of followers. I'm like, this is interesting. So over the coming days and weeks, I was watching it more and more, and then there's a couple of others popped up, but not loads. There's literally only 2 or 3 that I could find. And I kept thinking to myself, well, everybody keeps banging on about social media. Why don't I just do this? So I created accounts. I created a couple of videos, and I posted them, and I hardly got any traction. And I was like, wow, this is just an absolute waste of time. Deleted my account and left it, and went back to posting Canva stuff on Facebook. More time went by, and then I guess it was after I joined TMG. So I joined TMG in 2022, So I guess in probably July, August time, I went back onto TikTok and created another account. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give this a go because I spent a bit more time learning.
You've got to give your full.
Yeah.
You can't. I think what you learn with marketing is if you half-arse it,
You're
it'll
not
never
gonna
get anywhere. Whereas you mess about on Canva and you post a few stuff, you won't get anywhere. You buy 5 or 10 leads, you don't get anywhere.
No.
If you're going to do it, you got to go full throttle at it.
Yeah.
But the bit what I love about you is, and you told me last week, and you went, I hate posting videos. I hate posting it. And that's brilliant because when you look at your TikTok and everyone will look at it and go, like, you look natural at doing it. And I think that's what I really like about you and how you're doing it is, yeah, I don't like it, but I know what the end result is. I know if I post every day, this is what I'll convert, and then this is the outcome, and then this is the monetary value of it. Yeah. But it's also building your brand and your reputation.
100%.
And then you become the trusted person. So let's talk about TikToking more because I don't think our bro could understand it fully. I'm not fully on it. I don't
really understand.
And we'll just pretend we know about it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like my children coming up to me and saying skibbity or slay or one of these words, what I have zero idea what it means. So as a 40-year-old and 43-year-old, let's try and unpin what TikTok is.
So I think the way I look at TikTok now, it's completely changed since it was launched. It was launched and it was very much teenagers dancing to trendy music, all that sort of stuff. But now it's turned into a social media giant that if you ignore it at your peril, because you're just leaving money on the table. And all brands are on there. It's just the opportunities on there are just incredible. It's basically like YouTube.
Yeah.
Short form videos.
And what's it work? Is it like, because obviously a lot say you have to have a couple of different camera angles because they'll click off a bit quicker, but yours are very short, straight to the point, and they're quite interactive as well.
So I made the decision quite early on I'm not going to do any fancy videos. I started playing around with trending sounds and trying to do little trends and stuff like that, but I realised it doesn't work, and I'm not trendy at all. So I quickly decided early on, I'm just going to sit here and provide value, give information. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to sit here and talk about mortgages and see what happens and post consistently. And that's what I did. And
the ones what you think will do really well, obviously they never do. And the ones what you think are absolutely terrible, post. And I always say, like, if you post, it'll just go further down your feed. If it's like someone will forget about it, if it's not done anything, and it'll just keep going further and further down. And at some point, you can just delete it, and 2 months later, you won't have noticed it. When you post, is there specific hashtags what you put in to try and get more traction off it, or
no? So TikTok has it. I'm not an expert at all, and I don't claim to be, and I certainly don't know all about hashtags and all that sort of stuff. But TikTok now have limited the number of hashtags you can use to 5. So I think they're trying to come away from the emphasis on
mortgages,
the hashtags. I still use them. I still use hashtag mortgage broker, mortgage advice, and that sort of, and a couple of others that are specific to that particular video, credit scores, whatever. But with TikTok, it's what decides whether it's going to go viral or not is the first 3 or 4 seconds of the video and how many people will watch that and continue to watch it. And this is why when I'm trying to get ideas for TikTok videos, I need to get a ridiculously emotive hook.
Yeah,
they're going to grab people's attention straight away, grab them in, and that's going to increase the number of people it gets fed out to on their feeds.
Where do you find your hooks from? Are you a bit like me and you ChatGPT? Yeah.
So I've only it's only been in the last sort of 3 or 4 months I've been using ChatGPT. So before that I was just winging it, quite honestly, and there was a lot of misses and a lot of just videos that just weren't working. And now it is a little bit more, got a little bit more of a formula going on. So yeah, ChatGPT comes up with a lot of ideas.
Do you get it to give you like a month script at once, or do you give it a couple of weeks?
Normally, I ask for a few video ideas at a time, and then I sort of pick one and dial down into it from there. But yeah, thinking about it, there's a lot of work. There's a lot of repetitiveness as well, because things are changing all the time in the mortgage world. But also the questions that people are asking are always the same. How much can I borrow? How many payslips do I need to get a mortgage?
What happens if I've got a default?
Yeah, I'm self-employed. Can I get a? It's the same video. So I'm making the same videos over and over and over again, just in slightly different ways. But yeah, TikTok, the way the algorithm works with TikTok is different from Facebook. So every time you post, your video gets put out to new people first rather than your followers. So I've got 50,000 followers on TikTok. If you look at the analytics on each video, it's a very small percentage of my actual followers who see that video. It's new followers, new people all the time going out to new feeds. So you need to be. That's why I keep posting the same videos over and over again, because new people see it. And
obviously your analytics, put it in ChatGPT, it'll review what your analytics are doing. So you've got TikTok nailed, in my opinion, and it's consistency. When you wake up in the morning and you go, I've got to do a video, and I know you've gone
pretty much everything.
How do you get over that? What's that bit? So it's a bit like just going, I've got all this paperwork and I'll do that one later.
Do it later, yeah.
So, when do you video it? What time do you normally video it, or is it you go, I'll do it in an hour, I'll have another cup of tea, I'll have a biscuit, or is it like Monday morning, Tuesday morning? And then when do you post it? When is the optimum time?
I don't batch video record my videos, and I know I should, but I just don't, because I don't like being in front of the camera and videoing myself that much. So I just tend to do it as and when I'm going to post.
Yeah.
So I try and do it in the morning. I try and post around 9 o'clock. If something comes up in the middle of the day or in the afternoon, I'll absolutely jump on that and post it. But it's normally in the morning. The thing that keeps me posting is that I can see what happens when I post, and I can see what happens when I don't post. So over August, I didn't post hardly at all. Summer holidays, I was away with the missus.
Tenerife constantly.
Well, Mallorca in August. I had my boy, all that. And I had enough leads coming in, so I didn't post. I don't think I posted for about 2.5, 3 weeks. And I had no inquiries come in, no leads.
And when you're chasing your tail.
Yeah. And then I realised, well, actually, you need to be consistently posting to be able to generate the leads, to keep the inquiries coming in. So even when I don't want to, which is every single day, I don't want to post. I don't like doing the videos. I'm not comfortable doing it. But it's a means to an end. I post them, and and the leads will come in.
And I think that's a massive bit of knowing. And honestly, every person in the network or everyone in the industry, they have a fantastic 2 or 3 months. And because they get busy, they forget to do the socials. And everyone always goes through that same, doing really well. And the next minute's like, I've got no leads coming in. Why is there no leads coming in? And you're honest and gone, I know what it is. I've found the reason why there's no leads coming in. And I think everyone does that because everyone's quite easy to say, I'm busy, so I'll do it tomorrow. I'm busy, so I'll do it next week. I've got all these new inquiries coming in. That's great, but then new inquiries for today and tomorrow.
What's going to happen?
Next week and the week after? Yeah. So I think it's an imperative thing to go, I know you don't like doing it, but if you want to be successful, if you want the leads to come in, keep posting, keep doing all the different social. What else do you use Facebook still, or do you?
I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram as well.
Do you get any results off them?
I don't get anything off. So in the very early days, actually, before I started posting on TikTok, I was posting on Facebook and videos on Facebook, and I actually seemed to do quite well. And I got up to a couple of thousand followers on my page from just a few weeks, but then I ended up losing the account. Somebody hacked my account, and I ended up losing it. I had to start all over again, and I never got the traction again. But yeah, I don't really get anything off Facebook or Instagram. It's all TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok king.
Yeah, I think as you say, it is. Well, people bang on about consistency, but there's no two ways about it. You have to be consistent, and you have to realize that actually social media is a long-term plan.
Yeah.
It's not you're not going to gain a load of inquiries overnight.
No, and like you say, like, it doesn't matter what social media you use, or I always think, and we'll do it probably early next year, we'll go out on the streets and take out microphones and ask people, what is the word on the street? Because they'll tell us more than what we all know in a glass room. But also going out and speaking to a client saying, look, what do you think about mortgages coming up in 2026? What do you think about protection? What protection policies do you have? All of a sudden, that opens an inquiry. And it's being able to be confident to go out and go, do what? I'm going to go and do that. I might look a bit of an arse, but I'm not being funny. What are you going to do? Just sit at your desk scrolling some newspaper or whatever's on?
The thing is, the choice for me was do something or do nothing, and I have to end up giving up on a career that I know that I really wanted to do. And you get trolls online, and you get nasty comments, and you do have to have a little bit of a thick skin. And you get people on. I do quite a lot of. Well, I did not so much recently because I've been so busy, but I did a lot of lives. So went live on TikTok, and I was just answering questions because actually loads of people just have really basic questions about mortgages. And you get people on there, throwing insults and, calling me bold. And I'm like, well, okay, fine. Yeah, I'm bold. Well done. What next? So you've got to have a bit of a thick skin. But if I don't do it, my business.
Did they not throw you any lions or anything like that on TikTok? I know, actually, don't people send you lions or like little?
Yeah, there's little thing. I don't really understand that bit. I haven't gone. That's the monetary side of it.
Yeah. It's well above my head. I've tried looking at it.
There's ways of monetizing TikTok as well. Like I remember when Accord launched their £5,000 deposit. I posted a video of that. It was just over a minute because I had to post. You have to post a video that's just over a minute to get monetized, so I earned money off it. So I posted that. It was just over a minute, and it got like 1 million views. It went crazy viral, and I earned a couple £100 off that from TikTok. I was like, well, this is good. But then that's 1 million views it took to get that. So I don't think it's not really.
That's a once in a lifetime. Did you get any inquiries off the back of it?
Loads.
So you talked about Accord and that small deposit. I know we're talking about this TikTok and that kind of stuff. The one thing what I don't get at the minute is a lot of people aren't posting about like the 100% mortgages, the April kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't seem to be getting a lot of traction, and I'm thinking like, well, I know everyone would want it. Do you think it was a hold up, or do you think it was or is it education? Is there?
So from my point of view, what you post, you get back in inquiries. So if you start posting regularly about 100% mortgages, you're going to get those inquiries. 100% you are. In my experience, those wanting 100% mortgages, the inquiries I've got from them before are not very good.
And they're going to take a while to complete.
So I've sort of shied away from that. And I've been going down the route of first-time buyers with a deposit, self-employed, and those with bad credit.
Self-employed, tricky income.
Yeah.
Homeowners with bad credit.
You, as I said, you get the inquiries based off the videos that you post, and there's definitely a gap there when I think people can be posting a lot more about that.
But for you, it's about
for me at my business,
how quickly can it turn around? How quickly can we move on it?
It's just, I don't think that it's an area that I want to be concentrating on. Yeah.
So that's that, right? We talk TikTok. We love TikTok. We love you on TikTok. Why did you want to be a mortgage broker, and what freedom does it give you? And what does a Phil day look like? And obviously, you've got a kid. What does it mean? School runs or half time with kids, half time not? How do you flex your day and your bi-weekly life, if you call it like that?
So, I don't think I wanted to be a mortgage broker. I just fell into it.
Yeah.
I went and had an interview at a well-known packager.
We can mention Y3S.
Y3S.
We like Y3S.
And I never had any experience or anything, but the trainer at the time, Dave, and the recruitment manager gave me a chance, obviously, like what he saw. And I got the job, and I started literally the following week. And I really enjoyed it. And then I went over to loan.co.uk and to be a training manager, to train people how to do it. And then I got put on furlough. My long-term goal was always to be a self-employed broker once I figured out that actually it was really...
Are you sure it's not like DJing in like some Ibiza?
No, never wanted to do that. It was always my long-term goals. But so being put on furlough gave me a lot of time to start thinking about things and making choices. And I decided, well, actually, I want to go self-employed. I don't want to rely on anybody else for income. I want to answer to myself. Because I've been a self-employed for so many years as a DJ, I like that. You're relying on only one person. So I wanted to go back to that and have the freedom that it brings, really.
So what's a typical day look like?
So now, so I get up normally. Hannah, my partner, is
the gaffer.
The gaffer is insisting that we go to the gym. So we're up at sort of 5:15 to be in the gym.
She's a slave driver. She's a proper slave driver.
In fact, yeah, and this is why she's sort of turned my whole body clock around. So I'm in bed asleep by 10 o'clock now. Up at 5 for the gym, hour and 15 in the gym, home, and I'm on my desk by 7:30 with a coffee.
You feel more awake and more alive?
Yeah, 100% I do. Yeah, and
what's the routine like in the gym? Have you got are you just following her, or is there like a set? Right,
no, so I chat GPT'd it.
As we all do.
Yeah, but then, and I was doing, I don't really enjoy cardio, and I was starting to do a lot of weights. But actually, I've got a heart condition, which means I shouldn't be doing heavy weights. So I've gone back to just walking and running. So I've just been doing that for a couple of weeks now, and hopefully the weight will start dropping off, so I can put it all back on for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm sat at my desk 7:30. I find that I'm very... I work better in the morning, like I was before I was getting up 5:30. I mean,
to be fair, for most people, come 7:30, that's like afternoon since you've been up since 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So I just sit at my desk 7:30 and do a little bit of admin stuff. 9 o'clock, my appointments start. Do new appointments from new clients, 9 till 11 or 9 till 12. Have a bit of lunch, and then research, fact finds in the afternoon. Finish hopefully normally by about 4, 5. Sometimes a little bit later if a client has booked a later appointment. But being self-employed means that if I need to go and do something, I can just go and do it. I'm not sat at my desk from 7 in the morning until 5 o'clock at night. I have an hour and a half, 2 hours for lunch if I want to. I can go down, go and meet a friend for lunch if I want to. I go into town, do some shopping if I want to. It's that really the flexibility that it the flexibility
is there, but you're quite rigid of going right.
Yeah,
I need to get my day done. So
I am always sat at my desk.
The appointments are here, and
yeah.
Instead of it being a 10-minute in an evening or a 10-minute here. It's kind of, you're trying to put it in a box to be like
100%. Yeah,
and you set your clients' expectations that way.
New clients are always in the morning. Unless I book the whole a morning off, that will never change. I'll never pop to the shop in the morning. It'll always be in the afternoon. So new clients are always in the morning. Fact finds and things like that, and research, advice calls always in the afternoon / later on in the evening. Very important for me, I think, to structure my day. To a certain degree, I'm not the most structured person in the world, absolutely, but it's about, I think they call it time blocking, don't they?
Yeah,
block out
I would love to say I'm perfect at that. I'm very scatty and just come in and out and do stuff.
I'm better than I was, but I'm not as rigid as I know a lot of people are. I only have my boy every other week, purely because he's not in Cardiff anymore. So he's actually down close to Bournemouth. So it's a bit of a trek.
Is that like? Yeah,
it's about 3 hours. It's about a 3-hour drive. So it makes it quite difficult. So I have him every other weekend and half the holidays. So it's important for me, again, to be able to take time off. Which,
and to be fair, with all the school holidays, you've got 3 weeks in the summer. You've got it feels like you're on holiday every other week.
Yeah, they're always on holiday. So while he is at the age now, he's going to be 11 soon, where he can entertain himself, because I don't see him all the time.
You want to make the most of it. So how obviously you've got admin in your office, so that's perfect.
I have now, yes.
Yeah. How do you? Well, that's new, so you'll find life a lot better and easier.
Yeah.
How do you find juggling? Because obviously I'm in your boat, same boat as you. Like the holidays come and you go, Jesus Christ, I've got 3 solid weeks here, and I need to be in the office, and I've got these meetings, I've got that meeting. Obviously, you want to go away with the kids, and you want to take them on holiday. Do you find that struggle? Or any advice for anyone? Is there anyone what you can? Can I say dump the kids on? Is that like a politically correct term?
So I'm very lucky in the fact that I've got a good relationship with my ex, and things are very flexible. So I don't normally have him for 3 weeks in one go. It's normally spread, so I can normally work it out that I only have to take sort of 2 or 3 days off work. But then sometimes actually in the morning I'll work, and then in the afternoon I'll spend with Ollie, and then once he goes to bed I can do a bit more work in the evening. I often do that. When I took him to Mallorca last, I took my laptop with the intention to work, but actually I didn't end up needing to work. So I think it's just the flexibility that the self-employment
brings. You probably didn't need to work because you turned your TikTok off for a month.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It is a struggle though, especially like you want to be able to spend time with your children and your partner, because she's a teacher, so she has the same time off.
The holidays are going to be expensive.
Yeah. So I find it is a struggle, because if you're not putting time and effort into your business, then it's further down the line that it's going to affect. Yeah. It's not immediate with mortgage brokering. It's just a bit of a juggling act, and having to accept.
It's a very fine balance, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You want to be pushing on, and this sounds wrong, and it'll come out wrong because it's me. But it feels like the kids are holding you back, but they're not, because you want to spend time with them. You want quality time with the kids.
That's exactly
and
it.
And the kids will always come first.
Yeah, 100%.
But as I always say to our lot, is like, look, the reason you get the nice stuff is because, unfortunately, sometimes I'm up really early, or Dad, why are you taking out calling the car? Because I picked you up from school at 3. I could have left you in kids club while 5, but I want to spend time with you. But at certain points of my journey,
I have to.
The phone's going to ring.
Yes, exactly.
And it might be a quick look, I'll ring you back later, or a quick text message. I'll ring you tomorrow when I've not got the kids. But I think some people don't see that, and there's a lot of people got employed parents at the council or whatever it is, and they can be so flexible. Like nowadays, they'll be working from home but not really working. Whereas I think as a self-employed broker,
it's always
don't
a
really
worry.
Switch off, do you?
No, you don't. You can't switch off. and it's always a worry. But if you're not putting the effort into your business, where is the next mortgage or protection case going to come from? You need to be constantly working at it. So yeah, like there's certain things that I've done now. Like when I first started being a broker, I was working weekends and I'd offer weekend appointments Saturday and Sunday. I don't do that anymore. That's a no. So the weekends is my time and my time with Ollie.
But if you went back, when you started off, when you weren't self-employed, do you regret working those weekends, or you needed to work? Because for me, I would be, when I started a new business, I have to work every hour God sends, because I need to build the concept and I need to build income. I need to provide for the family. And yes, Ollie would miss out, or my kids would miss out in my case, but all my focus had to be on the business there. And yeah, you are giving up here. But would you change that and not work the weekend in the early days?
I wouldn't change a single thing about my journey being self-employed. I think I made a lot of wrong decisions, but it's led me to where I am now. So I would do everything, not everything, but nearly everything the same.
You wouldn't have stopped TikTok the first time. You would have carried on. I mean, you'd be 2 months in front of it.
Yeah. There's a couple of things, but mainly I would do everything the same. Yeah.
Perfect. So that's your journey. Couple of questions. Obviously, you said you had a heart problem.
Yeah.
Did you manage to get protection, or have you got protection?
I have.
Does he give a different spin on it when you speak to clients, going, "Look, this is what my problems is," and sometimes it has to go to GP reports, and this is the process of doing. What's your protection journey? What cover have you got? How much do you spend a month on it? Just so people understand what it looks like and how you prioritise it. So everyone would, back in the olden days, you'd buy a house and you'd have life insurance cover and it'd be decreasing against your house. But I think we've moved on.
We have, yes. So I had cover in place before my heart condition was diagnosed. So it was only diagnosed in 2019. It's not like a massive, huge thing. Eventually I'll need heart surgery. But I was lucky enough to already to have enough cover in place. I added on the IP, the income protection, fairly recently, last year before. Yeah. Wasn't a problem. I had to get a GP report, but that's fine. I do use it as a reason. Like clients often go, "Well, why do you want to submit a protection policy so quickly? Like, at the same time as a mortgage, we won't be moving in for months." Well, actually, sometimes they can have a GP report and the underwriter can have questions and it can take weeks and weeks and weeks, especially with some of the service levels at the moment, very, very slow. So it's important that we actually get you the protection and get it set up so it can start when your purchase is completed or your remortgage is completed. In terms of the journey, it's something that when I first went self-employed, my whole application got a little bit messed up under a different network, and I wasn't allowed to sell protection for the first 6 months of my 8 or 9 months there. So I really didn't do very much of it. So it's all been a bit of a jumbled mess about learning the process and all that sort of stuff. I try and bring it in as soon as I possibly can. Try and lean on my personal experiences, my heart condition, the fact that I have got high cholesterol, and I'm on medication for that. The fact that my sister was diagnosed with epilepsy, and as a result was actually it was due to a brain tumor, benign, but she's still got a brain tumor. It's still there. She's living with it. She can't work. She can't drive. She's 40. People don't think it'll happen to them, but they do. And I think you need to lean on your personal experiences. Something I'm still learning to do, getting better at the whole protection conversation, but it's absolutely something I believe in because I've got all the cover myself. I think really focuses my focus very much depends on the client and their situation. Like a married couple with children is going to have different priorities to a single person. But income protection is so important for everyone. And if you haven't got income protection, you are leaving yourself vulnerable. So in order of priority, generally, for me, it would be IP, life, critical illness, family income benefit, or maybe the last two the other way around. But it very much depends on the
and it's getting to understand your client,
individual, situation.
And what do you think about those people? Obviously you've said, I'm not moving in yet because my mortgage isn't here. Why do I need the cover? My opinion is always, well, we're not going to tell the bus driver who's about to knock you down, but he can't knock you down because because your mortgage hasn't completed. So he's not, or someone's not going to do something to you, or the cancer's not going to come because you haven't completed on your house yet. Like, crap things happen every single day of the week.
Every single day.
What would you say to those people what haven't got a mortgage? What's the importance of having protection?
So, as you said, life can throw curveballs, and it does all the time. You can be perfectly healthy one day and go to the doctor and they listen to your chest and be like, a couple of months later, be diagnosed with a heart condition, just like me. I was born with it, apparently. Never been picked up until I was 39. 38. Life has a habit of just getting in the way, and bad things happen to good people, as the saying goes. I would just say that really, if you're not protecting the person that is responsible for everything, you are just idiotic, really. Like, there's so many different words you could use.
Yeah. Idiotic's a nice word.
It is a nice word, but you talk about it all the time. People buy pet insurance and boiler insurance and phone insurance and car insurance, but they won't insure the one person is actually paying for all this insurance. What happens if you can't work? Oh, well, my company will pay me sick pay. What, for how long? 3 months? What are you going to do then? Oh, well, my dad will help me out. What, for the next 7 years? The average income protection claim is 7 years. Somebody off not being well enough to work for 7 years. Who's going to help you for 7 years? Your employer won't. Your family probably won't be in a position to financially. But you could have income protection or critical illness cover, to make sure that you can pay all your bills. It's just a no-brainer.
Yeah, and we'd rather have cat insurance, what will pay out £500 if he has a operation what could put on a credit card. And that stupid bit of going like £12, £15 would be better putting it on the person, like you said, he's paying the bills.
Yeah, exactly, because put the
breadwinner.
Put the cat operation on a credit card, your income protection will be able to pay the credit card bill. Some people just they just see it as
idiotic,
an additional monthly cost that they can do without. And it is another cost, but it's vital.
Yeah, it's so important to have it. So what's the insurance journey? We've done TikTok. What's the next plans for you? Where you wanted to go? Where you wanted to grow?
So, just taking on my first admin. She's getting up to speed. Next year, I want to increase the business, and we've had conversations about that. I want to increase the amount that I'm writing, and I think probably the best way to do that is to employ another admin. So I have two different admin doing two different sides of the process. But I've also realized that actually I want to keep it as a lifestyle business, and allow me to be able to go away multiple times a year, and allow me to have time off for my son and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think, certainly immediately, that I would want to grow the business in terms of advisors, but never say never. But concentrating on protection, increasing the number of mortgages I do consistently, and probably Q3 next year, bring on another admin.
And I think, like you said, the important bit, and we've had the conversation, is the admin piece is sometimes you don't need an extra advisor because
Yeah.
the admin are good enough to do most of the job. And
Yeah.
the hardest bit from a mortgage broker and anyone is letting go. And once you
100%,
let
yeah.
go, when you can trust someone, all of a sudden the weight off your shoulders lift, and you can get on with it. And
I am a really bad control freak. I suffer anxiety about all different types of things, but losing control of things is a big one for me.
see, my staff would say the absolute opposite for me. They would say I've got no control freak issues whatsoever.
It took me a lot to begin thinking about going down the admin route, but now I have, and I've employed somebody. She's dealing with. I submit the case and I upload the initial documents, and then she deals with the rest. She does the lender updates. She deals with the clients and the solicitors, and it's freed up. I can already see it's freed up so much of my time. Of course, I still have to be involved in things. If something goes wrong, like there's a down valuation recently, so I have to get back involved. That's fine. But overall, there's so much time that she's freed much up of mine that I can see that actually relinquishing control of the stuff that I might not be so good at or doesn't earn me so much money, is actually a very good idea.
I think some people they cover it up and say, I just don't want that extra expense. I don't want to spend for a broker. And in reality, I think it's a control freak issue.
Yeah.
Because if you've got an admin, yes, the first 2 months are hard if you've got someone keen and green, but there's a lot of good admin out there.
There is.
So if you get the right admin in, all of a sudden you're freeing yourself 10, 15 hours up. And when you start working out how much you earn per hour against what they earn and how much you can bring in, it's a no-brainer.
It is.
But I think you're just getting people off that thing and going, it's not income for me. It's not like I've got another expense. It is that I'm scared of giving this up, and I'm scared of maybe not knowing the admin process myself.
Yeah,
I'm scared of them finding out I don't know what I'm doing properly.
100%.
But that's what the admin's there for.
It was never the monetary thing for me either, because I knew I could afford it. It was about giving up control, and now I've done it. I just really realised I should have done it a long time ago.
So for everyone else, get an admin.
Get an admin.
A good admin is worth a weight in gold.
Yeah, as soon as you possibly can afford it, get an admin, because they're just going to afford you more time to do more things. They're going to earn you more money. It's just, as you say, no-brainer.
Perfect. Right, so a couple of final ones from me. Obviously, you have read this.
I have. I read it really quickly.
Great book. What do you think? Apart from ChatGPT, the hero in my opinion. It is still Amazon and good book though.
Genuinely, I was really surprised about when I heard that you were going to use AI to write it. I was very surprised about how good it was.
That's weird.
But
that's a cut. That is a cut going in.
I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really intrigued about your journey, especially at the beginning with second charges, because that's where I started mine. But yeah, it was a very good read. I read it in, I think it was 3 days or 3.5 days, something like that. So I couldn't put it down. So I was just like, this is really, really interesting. I find it really interesting learning about people's journeys and where they've come from and what makes them tick and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
you found that out for me, because I don't know what makes.
Yeah, sometimes I question myself as well. Like, what am I doing? No, it's really good, and of course, it's a worthy cause as well. So
perfect, thank you. Have you got any questions for me while I'm sat on this? What we call it? This morning sofa thing.
Yeah, it's a very comfy this morning sofa. Well, I think really I guess the big question, the only question I can ask you is, where do you see the mortgage network going in the coming year?
The coming year, obviously, we've had a stable year this year. Like
very
basically
stable,
what we said, stable, increase what we want for brokers. So training support. Again, that will be through everything next year. Training and support and socials, like social media. How can we help? How can we generate it? Being a bit more open. Danny Belton's coming, so the lenders and providers getting more closely to us. So it's specific. It's like, I want some protection and support. Let's trial this. Let's do this, right? Real life examples, because it's pointless doing webinars to death. It needs to be right. Come on, what's it look like in real life? What is the end result? And it's probably for me, it's asking that important question to you guys. Like you said to me, I want another advisor. I'm like going, do you really want another advisor? Is there not a better way of doing it? And I think that's what I want us to offer to brokers and to new ARs, what want to come in is going, actually, let's push back on everything you asked for. So if you say, I want to do something, that's great. But what is it? Why do you want to do it? And what's the end result? What you're looking for? Because sometimes the end result's not.
Sometimes you just need, like I had an idea in my head and I came to you, I wanted another advisor. And actually I needed somebody just to go, well, okay, before you jump in, have you thought about this? And I think that's the support that TMG can give.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that's what I want us to do more of, going, but truly, why do you, because people will go, bring an advisor in. But an advisor sometimes can be more work for you.
Yeah.
You're managing them, you've got a KPI, you've got to do lots of stuff managing people. And sometimes it's going, might not be right. Some of the companies, the bigger companies, it's a process and it'll work right. So we'll do a lot more of that. I'll be a lot more engaging with it, and we'll do a lot more videos, TikToky stuff, make us a bit more like the friendly, back to basics for us.
Yeah.
And then we'll trial some new stuff here. I do have my eye on, I can't even say it, but I will say it. I think with a massive gap in estate agency. And obviously we're doing lots in Rotherham, and we're building a Rotherham brand. This is going to be, well, do we trial stuff and then we can push it out to a network? Do I think there's a market for it? Yes. Do I think estate agents, bad? Some of them are terrible. And I think we've got, as a business, and this is any part of life, I think with so many people what are employed, what work from home, don't work hard, whereas other self-employed people are seeing opportunity and go, oh, I could do that better.
Yeah.
I could do that estate agents better. I could do that conveyancing bit better.
Definitely.
I could do this better. Everywhere I look at a minute, I'm just looking going, I could run that coffee shop better. I could run post. I could run government better. That's an easy one.
Wow.
But yeah, for me, it is going, us taking a look and going, what can we do better than someone else? And then can we map it out, proof of concept, give it to you guys and go, look, we've done that. It's up to you if you want to take it or you don't. But this is the playbook, what we've got.
Yeah.
So that'll be a lot of next year. But it's stuff like this. It's just getting to see you guys and going, I think this is a bit of therapy for me, having you on the sofa or whoever on the sofa, because you're having normal conversation.
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
learn about you, you learn about us. And then you might just take one nugget away and then it's like, change what I'm doing next week. And all of a sudden you're like, or you go, it's talking absolute crap. But then at least you go, I'm not coming down to Rotherham again. I'm not having a walk around all the charity shops.
Yeah, I should have walked around it a bit more, actually.
Yeah, we'll take you out in a minute. But an absolute pleasure to have you on, Mr. Gamblin.
Thank you very much for having me.
Everything.